Good evening, everyone, and welcome back once again to Vicious Rants. And of course, I'm your host, the one and only, the often imitated, never duplicated backyard superstar, Tim Vicious. And before I go and kick off with the normal happy honky-dory bullshit, got a couple things I want to get out there real quick. Number one, Sunday Seg. Thank you, guys. Kenny, thank you for having me on Sunday Seg this past Sunday. I absolutely loved it. It was a blast being on there. Guys, if you haven't checked that out yet, make sure you go check them out. Obviously, after you're done watching this, of course, but make sure you guys check it out nonetheless. Also, very good personal friend of mine, Maria, right here. There she is right there on Twitter. Look for her. She wound up losing her camera at a show. Some asshole wound up stealing one of her cameras at a show over this past weekend. Yet, she's got, hands down, some of the best hardcore band videos out there on YouTube. Again, check that out after you're done watching this. But, you know, go to her page, look for her GoFundMe site. You know, throw a few dollars her way to help her out. Not asking, like, for $500, $600 things like that, you know. Whatever you can. 1, 2, 5, 10, 20, whatever. You know, help someone out. You know, I did my dream by being a wrestler. She's doing her dream by doing the photography and the video work. Help her work, help her hit her dream, help her reach her dream. That's the big thing I'm pushing with that. Anyways, on with last night's Raw. It was in Rhode Island, I think. I don't remember where, but anyways, started out with a Wyatt promo and then straight into a Wyatt match, which case, that was hands down really awesome. Even more awesome was the fact that the Usos wound up getting a jobber entrance. In all honesty, I do not see the Usos. You guys have seen me go on with this a million times. I don't like the Usos. I can't stand them. I don't see them as a credible tag team. What is it that they do that set themselves apart to be in the tag team division? They do super kicks where you get that sound, and they do a giant suicide, and they both do a suicide dive at the same time. Okay, other than that, what else do you guys got? Yeah, that's it. Anyways, the match, it was the Usos versus Bray and Daniel Bryan. It was pretty good. I mean, I wouldn't say it was like match of the night kind of quality, but it was pretty alright. You know, the Usos wound up winning. They got the win by DQ. You know, Owen and Harper came in. They were trashing them. They wound up trashing them. Next thing you know, at the end, Bray goes over to Daniel, whispers something in his ear, and then Daniel just drops down on his knees, puts his arms out, and then takes his sister Abigail. You know, I knew that was going to happen the second he wound up whispering to Daniel, just because of the simple fact of, again, cult-like mentality. He's the newest recruit, saying you fail because of him. Okay, you made us lose. You're taking the punishment for it now. That's on how it was. Next matchup was Sandow versus John Cena. I swear. Hey, wait. My murmur finally wound up going. I didn't die, Cena died. Oh, damn it. Almost got it fixed. Anyways, really, you're going to have Sandow go up against Cuck Fina again? I mean, ever since he wound up losing to him with the Money in the Bank, he's been getting buried. I mean, Sandow's performance has been on a whole different level since his cash-in, but since then, what? I mean, really? Yeah. In hindsight, though, I suppose it could have been worse, and it could have been Khali again. But, you know, we all knew what the outcome was going to be. I was incredibly impressed with Sandow's performance in the ring on that. You know, showing Killer Kowalski's training and coming in handy with all that, the way he moved and worked in the ring, and that new submission move he did, that was pretty impressive. I can't say I've ever seen that done But you know, there's hundreds of different moves that I've never seen done. You know, and one of them being one of Chris Jericho's 2004 moves, the Saskatchewan Snow Crab. Yep, look it up. Again, after the show, of course. Sorry, next matchup, it was Swagger versus Big Show. That one, not really all that impressed. You know, Big Show tossed Swagger around. You know, they did that basically to just hype up that Show tossed around Brock Lesnar. In which case, we all knew that. And if anything, you want to add to this match coming up between them two at the Rumble, how about you talk about the matches that they had before? You know, like on how back when Lesnar was full-time active on the roster, that he wound up superplexing Big Show and made the ring implode on itself. Talk about something with that. You know? Now, I just think that would make a lot more sense. Show wound up winning. He got a chokeslam, spooked the hell out of Cesaro when he went to go and try and save Swagger, and then did this really cheesy wind-up for a KO on Coulter, which... Next matchup, it was round 2 of the New Age Outlaws and Punk versus The Shield. I'm not knocking the matches that Punk's having with The Shield. I'm knocking the feud that he's having right here, because in all honesty, this feud has gotten really stale really fast, because now it's just, hey, I've beaten you, Dean. I've beaten you, Seth. And then Roman, spear! I'm now the best in the world. Okay, what else is there to add to the feud? You know? Give us something, you know? I mean, good example, when Jericho was feuding with Punk, you know, it was first over saying that Jericho was mad because Punk was saying he's best in the world. And then he wound up doing mind games, saying that, you know, talking about Dad being an alcoholic, family having drug problems, things like that. You know, you gotta have it go forward. Have this feud go forward with something, because it just, honestly, it feels like they're buying time with Jericho. See, I'm getting fucked up. I'm getting, everything in my head's getting all fucking jumbled because I'm getting so pissed and I'm talking quicker than I'm thinking. Have the matches. Feel like that they're doing these matches with Punk and the Shield just to buy time until he hits Mania, so that way he can have his WrestleMania match and his Mania feud. It's just getting fucking pointless, because unless you're gonna wind up having something to where they give, like, here's an idea: have them go and do a match on SmackDown or next week on Raw or whatever, and then give a storyline injury, you know. So that way, then you could say, you know what? Now I got a reason to come back, and then go and hit them. You know, instead of just what they're giving us now, because the most that they've given us is a small little 2-second promo of Punk bitching to Kane saying that Hunter hired the Shield to go and take him out. It was complete fucking pointless. But on with the match. Match was pretty alright. It was solid. You know, I liked it for the most part. Best part of the match for me, hands down, was when Punk went to go reach over for the hot tag, and then right out of nowhere, boom, both Road Dogg and Billy Gunn jumped off the apron and walked to the back. Thank you. They're finally going heel. So now all is right with the universe again on that part. Anyways, Punk went up right after that. Punk realized, oh shit, shoulder check Dean off the apron, did a roundhouse kick to Seth, and then Roman came right out of nowhere, boom, hit a spear, got the 1, 2, 3. That was the end of that match. Next match, it was an ST Divas match, or as I would now like to call this, seeing as on how the women's division is getting more airtime, the ruthless infection era. You know, it was Cameron and Naomi, which spells I moan backwards, versus AJ and Big Mama Cool Snuka. And honestly, once I saw that they were I wound up I walked away to go get a cup of coffee and hit the bathroom right as I saw AJ walking down to the ring. Yeah, and apparently I wound up seeing Emma on Raw, which fuck, I'm pissed off over on that. Can't really say nothing because by the time I got back doing everything, I missed the match completely. I know AJ and Big Mama Cool won. I didn't see the match itself, which is saying something because I've been a huge advocate and supporter for trying to get women's matches on TV and have legitimate matches, and I'm only getting one of what I've been fighting to try and push and get. You know, I mean, back when I was wrestling, I was maybe one of 6 guys in my little yard group that was willing to go and put a woman over. You know, be like, you know, because I would do matches with them, full on, and I would say to them, look, I don't want to go and sugarcoat nothing, but I'm not sure on how you want me to work this match with you. You want me to go easy or what, you know? And I would get don't go treat me soft, don't go treat me soft like a little doll just because I'm a girl. Treat me just like one of the boys. I want you to go and hit me with what you got. And I'd be like, okay. And we would do matches like that. The big don'ts that I had was didn't want to get no testicular claw. Did not want that. Other than that, I was okay with anything else for a match, you know? And to basically describe on how my matches went as far as with my intergender matches went, after you're done watching this, look up Beulah McGillicuddy versus Bill Alfonso. Lose the blood, and that pretty much sums up on how my matches kind of went. Except I had offense. Yeah. Anyways, next matchup, Randy Orton versus Kofi Jobber. And Randy, it was nice seeing him just go and look like he was pissed off and just trying to pound the living hell out of Kofi like he was hamburger meat. Just to say that, yeah, I'm taking my frustration out and I'm going to do it on him, you know? But in a surprise turn of events, Kofi won. In which case, Kofi won. There was a decent opening match on Raw. Does anyone else see 4 guys on horses flying around in the sky anywhere? So I'm waiting for, I believe the next 2 signs of the wrestling apocalypse is when Miz does a proper figure 4 and when John Cena doesn't kick out after 2. Anyways, Kofi won, got the hell out of Dodge real quick. Randy got pissed off, was like, you know, and went right out and then went to beat up Cena's dad. Which case, John, seriously, if you're gonna get your dad tickets for a show that you're gonna be at, do yourself a favor, get him a frickin' skybox. So that way he doesn't wind up having to go and get his ass whipped all the time. I mean, for Christ's sake, what the hell kind of son are you getting him ringside tickets all the time and letting him get the hell beat out of him for it? Then again, what the hell kind of dad constantly keeps taking that? Boom! Oh, I hurt my jaw. Hey, Dad, I got you tickets for a show. Oh, thanks, son. Yeah, it's... Man. Anyways, next up it was Cody Dust versus Ryback, and much to my dismay, Ryback did not get fired. I was really hoping that that what he tweeted before he deleted it was true, saying that he got fired. But on another note, if your Ryback will last more than 4 hours, please delete the tweet and then go and get fired, and then attempt to get fired. Anyways, that match, kind of, I felt sorry for Cody and Goldust because they had to carry that match the whole way, you know? I mean, Axel, he has lost a shit ton of momentum compared to when he first wound up getting his reboot. And then, now it's just, I'm so sorry. Next up, it's Rey Mysterio versus Del Rio for the 90 bazillionth time. In which case, I didn't even think of it until after the match. The big reason why they probably did that match was so that way they could build up Del Rio's upcoming feud with Batista, because Rey and Batista have history together. Aside from being tag champions, they were also road buddies. Yeah, because they would say all the time, Rey, Batista, and Eddie, they were road buddies and all that. And, you know, anyways, what a surprise. Del Rio won, boo. You know, and like I said before, Del Rio, hell of a wrestler, excellent wrestler. He just has a bad gimmick. Just has a really shitty gimmick. That's what it is. That's the problem. Next up, main event of the night, rematch from the first match of the night. Daniel Bryan and Wyatt Bray versus the Usos. This time it's in a steel cage with the incredible stipulation of Kane locking the door. So the match wound up pretty much going into the kind of things me and my brother would do, you know? We'd wind up going into the bedroom when me and my brother, we would both wrestle. We would both be like, lock the door, don't open it until you're done hearing screaming. That was on how it would go. And other than that, it was pretty good. I would like to see more utilization of the cage itself, you know, instead of just tossing a person up against it and then that's it. You know, I mean, hold them up against it, grate their face over it, or, you know, just constant face slamming or something, you know, or the ever infamous fighting on top of the cage. You know, how often have you seen that anymore? Not only that, I'd also like to see I'd like to see the old school blue cage. I mean, I know the chain link one's a lot cheaper, but I would just like to see the old school blue cage. Anyways, the Usos wound up winning, and again, Bray wound up going over to Bryan, whispered in his ear. Bryan dropped down, arms open to go and take his beating. And then just as Bray had him lined up to go and hit Sister Abigail, Bryan pulled out and then just started shoving him and then beating the hell out of him and going back and hitting him like in his original gimmick, kicks with the constant low kicks and mid kicks, and then eventually the running knee, threw off the jumpsuit, and then just wound up took out Owen and Harper, and then wound up, boom, going and hitting everyone, clearing house, wound up having Flight of the Valkyries play, and now, welcome back to the old original Daniel Bryan. In which case, if they play this right, he can actually have something to yell yes and no to, instead of just having it be a random gimmick and catchphrase for no reason. Because if you're going to have him do that, you know, honestly, you should have him chanting and yelling yes for something like, is Daniel Bryan going to beat Bray Wyatt? Yes. Is Owen and Harper going to try and interfere? Yes. Are they going to be able to? No. You know, something like that. Anyways, that's all the time for this week's episode. Like I keep on telling y'all, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, go back, watch all the other episodes. Look for me on Twitter at Tim Vicious. Look for my backup account, Tim_Vicious, because, you know, I get put in Twitter jail every now and again. No big, whatevs. Also, don't forget to check out, like I said, this past Sunday Seg. You know, I was on there. I absolutely loved it. Looking to be on there again soon. Don't want to go and say names or dates on anything yet, but rest assured, I will be back. Also, don't forget, like I said at the beginning of the show, go check out my friend Marie. Don't forget to check out my friend Marie's GoFundMe page. You know, Maria, honey, once I can get a couple bucks my way, I'll throw some to you. Also, finally updated it after, you know, after the original list wound up meeting an unfortunate accident with my dog. Make sure you follow all these cool-ass cats right here on Twitter. My brother from another mother, James Belmont, JX2001, that Roxy Girl, _it's V bitch. James, Roxy M, Vicky all got their own YouTube pages. Make sure y'all check them out. I am Dandy Sunday, Mucky Morris, Helen Robinson 82, Axel Mulligan. Make sure you check out Axel's blogs. He does them on Raw, SmackDown, NXT pay-per-views. Hell of a guy to talk to. Well-educated wrestling fan. Always love having conversations about the sport and the business with him. Simply Sabrina. Sabrina, honey, once I can, like I said, I'll help you out with your I'll help you out with your funds, with your fundraiser also. I'm just getting pulled in so many different directions right now. I'm having a hard time telling which way's up and down. Also, it's Sunday Segue. Cranky asshole Legion Lady Aaron. The Vampire King, Oliver Ben, and Just a Stupid Mark. Make sure you check out Ollie Ben's and Masked Mark's TNA Turnaround, even when I'm not on there, because that's always a great show, and I always love hearing Masked Mark's fantasy bookings. They're some of the best, absolutely best. And like I keep on telling you all the time, you love me, great, you hate me, fuck yous.